he wants to face anyone, and he doesn't want to have bad blood with them. Well, that's just perfect. It is none other than Daniel Bryan. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan at Armageddon. It's going to be Bobby Roode versus Hirooki Goto for the US title. Roman Reigns must have attacked him right from behind. And now we're spearing him into it. Spearing him into that TV. Your number one contender for the Raw Women's Championship. It is Rosemary. To stand face to face with the man he faces at Armageddon. What a sight this is to close out this episode of Raw. Hello and welcome to Not Even Remotely Monday Night Raw. We are on our way towards Armageddon nonetheless, and the big show it will be on that evening. The card pretty much all but complete, just awaiting one more match to be added to it, and that could very well be the case here tonight. Last week's episode of Raw, certainly a very interesting one as we head towards an evening of action that we will not forget, and an evening of action that the Monday Night Raw brand will be very, very proud of indeed. We'll see how that will all go this whenever it goes up. Nevertheless, here tonight, two big matches on its way for you. We see right there, tag team contest between two matches taking place at Armageddon. You see there, Shelton Benjamin and Mr. Money in the Bank, Roman Reigns, will team up to face the duo of Randy Orton and Cesaro. Of course, Shelton Benjamin will face Cesaro at Armageddon. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns and Randy Orton will do battle at Armageddon as well. That's going to be a very interesting contest between those two, no doubt about it. But speaking of interesting contests, we have an interesting main event on its way for us as well. This one's just going to be a great contest to witness, no doubt about it. Sami Zayn versus Hirooki Goto, one-on-one here in the main event. Goto, of course, lining himself up for that opportunity against Bobby Roode for the United States Championship. Goto, one last match before that pay-per-view, before his first title defense as the United States Champion. How will he be able to get a victory over Sami Zayn here tonight to set him up for the glorious one? We will find out. Zayn, though, of course, could also provide one very, very vital spoiler heading into that evening. That is all to come here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And I also have a little bit to talk about later on this evening that I've been told to wait for. Nevertheless, let's begin with some tag team singles action. If that makes sense. Alright, well, time to get started with the action on Monday Night Raw. As I said, tag team singles action. It'll make sense once I explain it. It is Tucker Knight, I believe, of Heavy Machinery, going one-on-one against Akam of the Authors of Pain. Now, at first I thought this might have been a number one contenders match, but that is not the case. It seems the Raw General Manager, Mr. Dredge, seems to have other things in his mentality, I guess. He has other things that he has decided upon, maybe? I don't know. What I do know is that Heavy Machinery have another great chance here. They've really had a good number of opportunities under the Raw General Manager. There's no doubt about it. Heavy Machinery have been handing a good few chances against the Tag Team Champions themselves, against the chance to be the Tag Team Champions. They've really been excelling in ways that they weren't able to before underneath the old General Manager, but I think that was just due to the aspect of the Tag Team division at that moment in time. However, things have been kind of toppled on their head with the arrival of these two guys, of course, from ECW. The Authors of Pain moved to Monday Night Raw. The Good Brothers moved to ECW. But the reality is the same. AOP have been destructive ever since their debut. And of course, it is Akam who is going to be in action here tonight, looking to continue the undefeated streak. And with that man behind them, leading them everywhere they go. Wow. Mentally, not physically, as you can see. Drake Maverick. He, of course, put out the call to the Authors of Pain 2 weeks ago, was it? He wanted a contest with them on Armageddon. I have heard no words about that being accepted yet, but there have already been predictions made that is going to be the case at Armageddon. I saw them following last week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Nevertheless, a very important match is at stake here for the Authors of Pain. Victory is going to be of the absolute most importance for them. Otherwise, they could find themselves in big trouble in regards to, you know, getting anywhere, even getting anything for this. And with this being the final Monday Night Raw before Armageddon, if the Authors of Pain lose here tonight, if Akam loses to Tucker Knight, then what does the plan become for the Raw Tag Team titles? Because, of course, as I said, the Authors of Pain aren't the number one contenders, but they more or less are, if that makes sense. In terms of rankings, I would say they are the number one contenders, but if Tucker Knight beats Akam. Does that make Tucker Knight and Heavy Machinery the number 1 contenders? The Authors of Pain still at the top of the top of the totem pole. What is the plan? Where do you go from there, you know? So I'm curious about that. If a defeat happens. Because I don't really know of many teams right now that are on the same level as the Authors of Pain have been since their arrival. I mean, having defeated the Revival since on their arrival. Yeah, that's a rhyme. It was immediately known that the former ECW Tag Team Champions were heading towards a very immediate impact here on this brand. And now with their first singles match on this brand as well, we wait to see how that one goes. Akam taking control of Tucker Knight for the most part. I have no idea how that just happened. Irish whip into the corner we go, and oh, Akam just running down Tucker Knight there with a body splash. Knight in his own aspect, a big guy. Not as much of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to call him a frog, but you know what I mean. Not in the same shape as Otis Dozovic, but nevertheless still a very muscly man. Tall as well. The height going for him as well gives him a good advantage. I couldn't think of anything better. Akam is just leading the way right now in this one, running him down there with that big boot. Akam going to do another big boot coming its way, and Tucker Knight having to retort to the outside as Akam is in complete control of this one. Razor and Drake Maverick watching on the outside right now. Seems as if even in singles matches, AOP still know how to be dominant. Knight, though, starting to swing a little bit here. Nice body slam there. Look at the pure strength of him now. Up and over. That power toss, essentially. Great power from Tucker Knight there. He's have an opportunity to get back in this one for the Authors of Heavy Machinery's Tucker Knight again to Akam, just dumped with that incredible strength. There's really no other word for it. Knight gonna go into the cover here. Tried to put things away but couldn't even get a 1 count on him. Jesus Christ. Of course, we saw American Alpha in tag team action last week. They beat the duo of yep, they beat them, whoever it was. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. That goes to show how well I remember certain things. See, I want to say it was TM61, but I don't feel like it was. I feel like it was someone else. Maybe it was Ryder and Christian. I don't really remember. What I know right now is that Akam is sizing up Tucker Knight. Didn't run him down, though. Maybe a mistake made there. Irish whip off the ropes. It took too long, I guess, and Tucker Knight was able to evade that. Lariat into the back here, and things are really not looking as up for the Authors of Pain as they did at the start. It has to be said. In the turnbuckle now goes Akam. Tucker Knight stopped, though, by Akam, who's in. Russian leg sweep on Knight, and I already know what that might be setting up. Akam going to be looking to end things here. Counter by Knight. Big counter by Knight, but a lariat brings him right down. Akam going to be frustrated because I think he was looking for a big-time move to end this one, but Tucker Knight put the brakes on it. And now, well, he is paying for it as well. It has to be said. From behind, Akam not interested in trying to put things away big time, just trying to end things. Sure, but Knight still kicking at it too. Good counter though. Clubbing blow to go with it. Akam down on one knee. Barrel rolled away though. How do you pull off something like that at the size and height of Akam? I have no idea. Into the turnbuckle goes Akam though. Knight looking to slam him maybe. Gets countered and gets another corking big boot in the face for his troubles. A cut opened up on the face of Akam, it seems. Interesting that is the case. Akam might have been looking to try and end things there, and again Tucker Knight able to stop him. The resiliency of Knight really shining through in this one. Corked him with that shot though. Knight able to counter, and up and over the top rope goes Akam. This horse battle has been going on a little longer, I think, than was intended for the Authors of Pain. I think they wanted to size up an easy win here tonight and just move on to what they hoped would be a title shot at Armageddon, but Tucker Knight really making that difficult for them. Off the ropes. Back body drop, and down goes Knight. Side headlock now, and Look at this, Akam just, I think might be trying to get revenge for the open cut on his face, maybe. However, in to stop him there was Tucker Knight. Side headlock of his own, and again, he tries something in the turnbuckle here. Twice he's tried before, twice he's failed. Make that 3 times he's tried, and 3 times he's failed. Akam in now, might finally be looking to strike. Has him up. Powerbomb from Akam. And the cover on Knight. Will that be enough to end it? Yes, it will. Akam wins. And it turned into a matter of not if but when, I guess. And there is your winner as a result of it. Akam wins. The Authors of Pain win. And what does that mean now for the tag team division? The Authors of Pain happy with the victory on the outside. Akam, though, isn't finished with business on the inside. Stomping away on Tucker Knight after the bell. No remorse showing from him. Look at this, just putting the boots tonight. Airing frustrations there, I guess. The Authors of Pain are your winners. Akam wins this one for the duo. Maverick, with almost an evil smile on his face on the outside as he bare eyes on that one. Well, there you go. I was about to say we are on our way towards our next contest, but I have just received a special report, ladies and gentlemen. The Monday Night Raw General Manager, Mr. Dredge, is on his way to the ring. And there he is, in the ring. The Raw General Manager has arrived to this show once again. I know, he's just trying to one-up my arrival on ECW, it's obvious. But nevertheless, moving on here, I guess, allowing Dredge to speak, and he's going to be talking, he's actually talking about Akam's performance there, seeing that, stating that, and there we go, putting a conclusion to what I was just on about. He has been so impressed by the performance that we are going to have it at Armageddon. It is the Authors of Pain against American Alpha for the World Tag Team titles. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Nice. Like it indeed. And it seems as if that Dredge now taking the time to run down the Armageddon card, going on about the match between Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, saying that just the thought of that match is making him pumped. And on top of that, of course, we're going to be having a rematch for the Raw Women's title as well between Rosemary and Asuka. One of those matches, of course, a title match, the other one not, but still big implications for both, no doubt about it. Very interesting indeed. And Dredge has not finished there either, talking. I think he is just doing. He's just doing a promo for Armageddon now at this point. Goto versus Bobby Roode for the United States Championship, and the main event that we cannot and shall not forget: Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Sting for the World Heavyweight Championship. What a contest it is going to be. And interesting. I don't know if he's forgot or something, but he has glossed over CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan so far. Well, he isn't done yet, so maybe that's why. Oh no, that's not the case. Dredge actually saying there's one more announcement to be made. And what an announcement it is regarding Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. They will fight for the Money in the Bank briefcase this Sunday. That changes everything. Now the question becomes not who will win between Randy Orton and Roman Reigns, but who will leave Armageddon Mr. Money in the Bank. Big news there. Has to be said. That news alone at the end was huge. Tag team titles match made. And now, Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Well, that is certainly a big one. No doubt. I am very much looking forward to that. As, of course, I'm looking forward to this man in action at Armageddon as well. Dredge overlooked it. Matter of fact, he talked about every other match, I think, but this one. And that may have been completely unintentional by him in the midst of making that remark about the title match between, the Money in the Bank match now between Orton and Roman Reigns. But a match that I think we're all looking forward to, a match built on the foundations of respect and just the desire to be the best wrestler. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, as you saw at the top of the show, was made for Armageddon. It's going to be an outstanding contest between two outstanding competitors, no doubt about it. I am so ready for that one. I've been told that both men have been training for it as well. Training big time for that match. There's nothing in terms of a title match on the line. Nothing in terms of a future opportunity at a title on the line either. But what is on the line is just the mentality of calling the other the better wrestler. The idea that they can get across to the other one that they are better. And I think that is what matters most. That is what shines through in the greatest fashion for these guys. They want to be the very best that they can. And to do that, one of them has to lose in order for the other one to call themselves that. Cannot wait for that contest. Bryan wanted a contest here tonight anyway. He wanted a fight here tonight to prepare himself for CM Punk. And hell, what better man to ask for a question like that than Kassius Ohno? Every single time this guy is in action, he forces the very best out of you. That is exactly how Ohno operates. He forces you into a corner that you're not used to. He forces you to act in ways that you didn't think that you could. You have to dig deep down within you to beat this guy every single time. And that always, always remains true. We'll see how this one will go anyway. Between these two guys, one-on-one. Punk, I know, is not here tonight. He is training for this match at Armageddon. Daniel Bryan wants to do his training in the ring. And with a good friend and a man he respects in Kassius Ohno as well. So here we go. We are underway in this one between these two fabulous athletes in their own right. And Daniel Bryan able to start there with a breaking out of that side headlock. Accidentally decked the referee in the process. So let's see what will happen in this one. Colin able to tie up again between the two. And look at this, Bryan able to force Ohno back a little bit. Of course, what is vital for this match for Bryan is that it's going to serve as a match where Punk can study. He can read Bryan's movements. He can see what kind of state Bryan's in just before Armageddon. If he's at a good physical state, or if this match maybe knocks a peg off him or two. It's a very important aspect to think about. Anything can happen before... Nice. Anything can happen before Armageddon, and Ohno could be the one to make something drastic happen here for Daniel Bryan. A loss before the event as well would be a tough thing for Bryan to take on, and a minor injury as well would also be something that he'd have to really consider heading into that event. Definitely something that he doesn't want as well. Ohno right now after that powerbomb in again. Another powerbomb to Bryan there. But this Ohno has the lead in this one right now. Bryan able to put the brakes on a little bit. Going back to the kicks there of Daniel Bryan, and a battle of the cravats, because there's a cravat suplex by Bryan to Ohno. I would have expected Ohno to strike first with a cravat, in all fairness. Good counter though. Great evasion from Bryan and kicking the leg from out of Kassius Ohno. Ohno in with a counter though. And it seems as if he's in a mood where he wants to powerbomb everything in sight. Straight jacket, powerbomb to Bryan there. Kassius Ohno now, kick in the gut, twisting neck breaker follows. Bryan in a bit of a precarious position. Ohno doing work on the head and the neck. Trying to weaken those vital elements for the death by elbow to get the win when it matters for him. Up and over the top rope though goes Ohno to the outside. And the fight will continue on the outside between these two guys, it seems. Ohno grabbing Bryan, actually just forcing him back in the ring. That's respectful there. Doesn't want to fight on the outside. He wants to do this one in the ring, where it matters the most. What a forearm from Ohno there. Kassius Ohno now suplex. Oh, just dumped him there in midair. Let go of him. Very dangerous move, has to be said. Cover on Bryan, but can't get more than a 1 count. Bryan able to stop Ohno from taking control in this match any further. Only briefly though, good shoulder tackle from Ohno there. Really great contest this is between these two right now. Just putting everything out there to try and get the better of the other one. This close in Daniel Bryan's case for Armageddon, and get some eyes on him heading out of that event in the case of Kassius Ohno, but that might not go the way he wants it to. Bryan looking to put things to bed here. Kicks in the chest over and over again, and he'll line up one more right in the dome. Bryan now goes to the turnbuckle and looking for that running knee into the face of Ohno. Oh, and Ohno, he evades it. Ohno evades it. Great work from Kassius Ohno, but look, he still can't capitalize. Bryan still in with the big counter. Great contest from these two men, there's no doubt about it. Kassius Ohno now, though, going to the turnbuckle himself. He'll look to hit something big here. Discus. Big boot to Bryan. And Ohno thinks it's enough. He covers Bryan for a huge win. No. Kick out at 2, but Ohno ain't stopping here. Up to the top rope goes the knockout artist. No way. Moonsault. Moonsault to Bryan. Is that enough? There's 2. Kick out for Bryan. Just barely getting that shoulder up in time. Great counter for Bryan as well. They hit it hard with that quick jab. German suplex follows up after it as well. And Bryan getting himself riled up and ready to go. Into the turnbuckle goes Kassius Ohno, and Bryan running right after him as well, not wanting to waste the opportunity here. Backflips over Ohno, ducks the forearm, hits the elbow. And Bryan is fired up indeed. Ohno, if he cannot get in anything, he is going to be on his way to a very costly defeat. And one that CM Punk will be paying very close attention to heading into Armageddon. He's seen Bryan on the back foot, and he's seen the ability of Daniel Bryan to fight back as well. And if he hits this to get victory, running knee from Bryan. Ohno was so close to victory when he counted it the first time, but there was no counter this time. Daniel Bryan covers Ohno. There's 2, there's 3, and there is your winner. Daniel Bryan wins in a hard-fought contest heading into Armageddon. Were you watching CM Punk? Because this now is a very, very primed, very ready and determined Daniel Bryan. Man, I just simply can't wait for that contest. I have to say it. CM Punk versus Bryan. I don't care if nothing's on the line. Just the match itself has me sold. I think I agree. I'm speaking on behalf of us all when I say that I am excited for it. Just as I'm excited, though, for the other 2. I was going to say 2 non-title matches, but something is on the line in one of them now. Coming up next, a tag team match to prepare ourselves for Armageddon some more. The duo of Shelton Benjamin and Roman Reigns against Randy Orton and Cesaro. Alright then. Yes indeed. We keep on going. Here for towards Armageddon. And Shelton Benjamin, a new mentality to the mindset of the gold standard as he heads into Armageddon to do battle with Cesaro. We saw it 2 weeks ago. We saw Benjamin explaining it last week as well, blaming everyone for why Benjamin did what he did to Cesaro. Of course, as we know now, the score will be settled between those two when they go one-on-one. So there we go, Benjamin and Cesaro and Punk versus Bryan, where the only match is not acknowledged by the Montenegro general manager. I think that was unintentional, though, because he had to deliver the news about the Money in the Bank going on. Nevertheless, Benjamin, like I said, this new mentality within him. Is it going to provide him success? Is it going to provide him victory? Is it going to get him what he wants heading into, or heading out of rather, Armageddon? And more to the point, will this guy be holding on to that coming out of Armageddon? Roman Reigns, Mr. Money in the Bank. That could very well be the final time he holds it on Monday Night Raw. Now that briefcase on the line when he goes one-on-one against Randy Orton this Sunday. It's not going to be Sunday. Roman Reigns, anyway, of course, has been very outspoken, I guess, with that briefcase. And has also been very much trying to prove his point over and over again regarding where he stands and what is going to happen between him and Randy Orton. We've heard some very choice words between the two, and we've also seen some very choice actions taken by either side, as well as we have geared up towards this event at Armageddon. There's no doubt about that one. Last week, it was last week where the attack backstage happened between these two. Roman Reigns spearing. Was it last week where Roman Reigns speared Randy Orton into the TV? I believe it was, right? I am right in saying that. Orton made a full recovery though. And is ready to go again here tonight. Ready to compete once more in action. And ready to get his hands early on Roman Reigns as well. This is just a preview for Armageddon is what it is. These guys do hate each other. Orton hates Reigns. Cesaro really dislikes Benjamin. Benjamin is currently in a fit where he doesn't like anyone and blames everyone for what happened. But, of course, it's important to remember that the win here tonight will have a psychological advantage, not so much a physical advantage heading into this pay-per-view. You could have one in terms of an injury, maybe. It's never out of the question. And we saw at the start of the show, Akam and Cesaro, of course, will challenge for the tag team titles at Armageddon, but that cut sustained on the face of Akam could be an issue for the Authors of Pain heading into that tag team title matchup. That's certainly the case. Nevertheless, Randy Orton doesn't seem to be letting the doesn't seem to be letting the big dog know that he is Reigns is underneath his skin or anything like that right now, as they stand oh so close to one another. And it wouldn't surprise me if at some point during this match either they get physical with one another and get an early preview for that event. Orton soaking in the reaction from this crowd though. What an arrival he made at the start of this universe, coming over from SmackDown, and really showed everyone just what he is all about. And well, when you go after a very important man on Monday Night Raw, Mr. Money in the Bank, you do certainly leave a very large target on your head in that guy's eyes. And especially when he did it again at Survivor Series. Cesaro, anyway, of course, was almost a victim of circumstance, but being that victim, it has led him now to have to take this action into his own hands as he gears up for his match against Shelton Benjamin. The steel chair to his head 2 weeks ago, full recovery made over the week, and now all Cesaro cares about is getting a bit of revenge on the gold standard. Will that happen? We will find out, that's for certain. This weekend, in quotes, at Armageddon. We're certainly seeing, I think, a preview of one of the two matches at the very least. Randy Orton going to start things off against Shelton Benjamin in this one. And Orton starting in such a way that he has his back turned to Roman Reigns as well. The little things that the Viper does is what he excels himself in. He likes to almost, he expresses his best through body language. The body language of turning his back to Reigns is really telling. Leaving Reigns wait for Armageddon to get a look at his face, maybe. Shelton Benjamin right there, nice arm drag of sorts. Up to his feet, here goes Randy Orton. Benjamin is really showing his new, more aggressive attitude right from the get-go here. Very heavy offense being shown, but Randy Orton can put a stop to that when he desires. Gut wrench, neck breaker to Benjamin. Roman Reigns wanting in this one already, but not going to happen. Orton putting the kibosh on it, and he's going to make the tag into Cesaro now. Here we go. Comes a preview to one of the matches. Cesaro has to have been thinking of this over the week that transpired. Great capture suplex, great cover after it. Kick out at two by Benjamin, though. Two very skilled athletes squaring off one-on-one in this ring right now, as they will this Sunday at Armageddon. Cesaro now in the grasp of Benjamin. Puts him down in a snap mid, but Cesaro able to evade that there. Might have been looking for a German suplex, gets denied. Double elbows into the head. Big uppercut from Cesaro, sent into his own turnbuckle as Benjamin. And look at this now. Roman Reigns hits the ring, and he goes after Cesaro right away. Schoolboy powerbomb onto Cesaro. The strength of Reigns against pound for pound one of the toughest guys on this brand. Orton doing a good... Orton just watching on the outside, essentially, as now Reigns is the one turning his back. Right in the face of Randy Orton, trying to get himself fired up there, and Orton just like, no. Just putting the stop to that one right away, and infuriating Roman Reigns a little bit. In to make the save, though, was Cesaro there. And into the turnbuckle goes Reigns, and with a German suplex coming out of it as well. Very interesting idea there from Randy Orton. Worked in the mentality for the moment, but whoa, look at that! Cesaro just got right up to his feet! The Swiss Superman right up to his feet. Half-out suplex! How in the hell did he just pull that one off? I have no idea. Big uppercut now. Into the... No, I was about to say into the turnbuckle goes Reigns. That didn't happen. He went up and over the top rope. And is about to get suplexed back in the ring by Cesaro. Mr. Money in the Bank having difficulties with the Swiss Superman right about now. Forearm attempt. No, thrust kick in the gut by Reigns. Superman punch by him as well. Will Reigns beat the former world champion right now? No, kick out at 1. He might be calling for the end to be on its way, though. Cesaro could be in big trouble if Roman Reigns has anything to say about it. Orton wanting in there. And the strength of Reigns shining through. Deadlift, sit-out powerbomb to Cesaro. What is going to happen now? Brought up to his feet, up on the shoulders. Great counter there. Roman Reigns unable to stop Cesaro from getting off his shoulders from that fireman's carry. And Cesaro going to turn his attention to getting Randy Orton back in this match, it seems. Tag made. So far, good tags from these two guys. Really working well together. Nice tag team move as well. Oh my god! That is going to do a lot of damage to the groin. And now Randy Orton, though, gets another crack at Roman Reigns. Big uppercut. Reigns stumbling slightly to the ropes. Unable to hit. In the face there. Orton still doing his best to stop a lot of what Reigns is trying for. Another strike. Uh-oh, gut wrench. Suplex, though. And Roman Reigns able to retake control in this match right now. He's been doing a lot of work for the team, but you might not want to exhaust yourself heading into this Sunday. That's for certain. You might not want to be... Oh, and this is why you might not want to exhaust yourself, because if you fall susceptible to this, at Armageddon, you could lose the Money in the Bank briefcase. Apron hung DDT from Orton. And Reigns is in trouble. Exploder suplex to Reigns as well. Big time hit there to Reigns. Into the turnbuckle he goes as well. Benjamin going to tag himself in here now. Feeling hungry in the moment, it seems. Big leaping clothesline. Cesaro wanting in as well. Orton was dragging himself to him, but he couldn't get in. Couldn't extend the arm out in time to make the tag. And Reigns, I think, has only just realized he's not the legal man anymore, and he might very well be frustrated about it. Went after the leg quite a bit in this one, though, was Randy Orton with it. Sorry, was Shelton Benjamin with it. See what will happen now. Nice strike there, wound up there really by Randy Orton before he hit it. And now Orton striking with that signature backbreaker of his. Orton, RKO! RKO from the Viper! Will that put away Benjamin? Cesaro stops Reigns, and Orton and Cesaro win. And if it strikes that quickly at Armageddon, that suddenly, and gets that outcome, is Randy Orton gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank? Has to be said, this duo looked on fire heading into Armageddon. Cesaro and Orton were able to contain their Armageddon opponents pretty damn easily. It has to be said. Will the same be the way this Sunday? Will the same message and same outcome occur? We will find out. Cesaro and Benjamin is more about of a grudge being settled. Orton and Reigns, however, has that and the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line. That makes it a hell of a lot more personal between those two, no doubt about it. We are due to see the Raw Women's Champion in action next, but I have just been told that Instead of that, we're going to have some more words being spoken here tonight. This time by Bobby Roode. Certainly a lot of talking going on in this show already. Bobby Roode perhaps sending a message to the man who he'll face for the United States Championship. The man in the main event of this evening. And that is right away what he is talking about. Saying that every day, Roode is getting himself closer and closer to that United States Championship. To the night where he hits the glorious DDT on Hirooki Goto and pins him in order to become the champion. In Bobby Roode's eyes, it is a dream come true for him. And he's going to make it one of the best matches you've ever seen. Roode, of course, hunting a second United States Championship in a very long time since he held it before. Roode, though, showing some respect to Goto where it's due, and that is fair enough, saying that Goto is one of the greatest in-ring performers in the world in his eyes. That is a very high praise from Bobby Roode there, but that doesn't mean to say that Roode can't outsmart him in this ring, and it's what he's going to be doing, and it will, of course, be glorious. Roode saying that he is confident in the reality that himself and Goto will put on a classic. And he is also, of course, confident that he will walk out of said classic with the United States title. Roode has been preparing himself for this match in a brand new way, and he thinks that'll give him the win. We'll see about that one. Roode continuing on this confidence while also paying some respects to Goto, saying that he's ready to beat him, but he wishes him the best of luck as well, although saying he will need it. In Roode's eyes, only one thing's happening though, because he's looking forward to lifting that US title high above his head. And we will see Hirooki Goto on Sunday. Bobby Roode, certainly with a high level of ego, I guess, on his head right now. Certainly Roode believes he is going to be walking out absolutely with that US title. Choice words certainly used from Bobby Roode. Will that leave an impact into the outcome of Armageddon? No, that maintains to be seen. Words are just that to Hirooki Goto. Action, though, is where it matters the most. Nevertheless, time to move on here. For this next contest between Sonya Deville and the Raw Women's Champion Asuka. Asuka, of course, watched the 6-woman battle royal, sorry, my apologies, take place last week on Monday Night Raw, which of course was won by Rosemary to become the new #1 contender, and a rematch from No Way Out will take place between those two women. Rosemary certainly very much so has a personal vendetta to settle with Asuka. She was the one who ended the 9-month reign of Rosemary as the Raw Women's Champion, and she wants nothing more than that title back around her waist. Will she get that outcome, though? That maintains to be seen at Armageddon, the very event where Rosemary won the title from Paige a year ago. Will she do it again? Will lightning strike twice for the hive mind of Rosemary? We'll see about it then. What I know is right now that title is around the waist of Asuka, and she is heading in with good momentum on her side, going off of her victory at Survivor Series over then SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Things were certainly very entertaining. It was certainly a very entertaining match between the two, but it was one that Asuka had to win, and she did. However, will Asuka walk out of Armageddon still with that title around her waist, with the Rosemary now with almost nothing to lose in many ways, with a title that she is craving back around her waist? And it's time, of course, for Asuka to prove herself as a champion inside a title matchup. Will that happen, though? This Sunday, we'll find out. What I would say is, though, even though Asuka is in action here, and she does have Sonya Deville to focus on, don't overlook the potential of something happening with Rosemary. Asuka, of course, I think knows this to be the case. She's experienced it before, but, of course, nobody may be ready for Asuka, but Asuka has to be ready for Rosemary if she wants to walk out with that title. She was ready at No Way Out, there's no denying it. Can she be ready again here at Armageddon? We'll find out. One thing for certain, though, is that Sonya Deville is going to give Asuka a hard time in this contest as she prepares for Armageddon. If Deville wins, we may be looking at the woman to get first crack at the title when that pay-per-view comes to an end. A huge win for Deville to pick up in her first singles, one-on-one match anyway. Of course, Mandy Rose at ringside with her as well. Both women were in that Battle Royal. So we'll see what will happen right now. Asuka in, looking for a belly-to-belly of sorts. Gets countered there by Deville with a rake to the eyes. Let's see what Deville can do in the ring here, though. We've seen plenty of Mandy Rose in ring action. What about Sonya Deville? Very tough proving point to try and prove yourself against as well in the Raw Women's Champion. Asuka takes a quick breather outside of the ring, comes back in, and now gets to go right back to work. Went for a knee there, and great evasion there by Deville. Able to counter it. Into the turnbuckle, oh, went for a shoulder tackle, missed it, and Asuka there. Just slamming her arse into the face of Sonya Deville. Big counter from Deville there, though. Forearms, strikes now to Asuka. Very much Asuka's own mentality and plethora of strikes that she is known for. Up on the ropes is Sonya Deville now up and over the top rope. Though Asuka is not really able to start firing off the cylinders yet, I've noticed. She's kind of having to work a little bit slowly for victory in this one. Look at those body punches there from Sonya Deville. My goodness, over and over again. Asuka reeling from them. It's been a good performance so far from Deville, I have to say. Body lock being applied now on Asuka. Raw Women's Champion not getting the match that she wants. And the match that arguably she needs heading into this pay-per-view event at Armageddon. Good back elbows gets her out of that one. Went for a drop kick of sorts, and Deville with a very impressive counter and a slam to go with it as well. Sonya Deville's impressing me so far, I have to say it. She's doing a great job on this one. No doubt about it. Asuka sending her up and over the top rope. And Deville drops down to the outside. I think Asuka may have got what she wanted a little bit wrong. She didn't really hit it how she wanted to. Tornado DDT, though, from that second rope. Deville reeling from that one, no doubt about it. And Deville this time up and over that top rope. Asuka not messing around and hitting it to the outside. Wait a minute, wait a minute! Rosemary in the ring! And hitting Asuka! A kendo stick to the Raw Women's Champion, my goodness! Asuka was not the wiser to this attack. Rosemary standing tall before Armageddon. That was interesting, was it not, between Rosemary and Asuka there. Well, Asuka didn't really get a say in it all. She just got absolutely lambasted with that kendo stick from Rosemary. Certainly the hive mind taking a deep turn heading into Armageddon. And looking like she wants to do absolutely anything and everything to walk out with that Raw Women's title back around her waist. Will that happen though at Armageddon? Of course, that maintains to be seen. As it currently stands, and with what we just saw from Rosemary there, it could definitely go either way. There's no doubt about it, it could go either way right now. And I am yet to be sold on the idea that one woman will be able to outclass the other. Nevertheless, we continue on here with our main event of the evening. Sami Zayn against Hirooki Goto. Great opportunity for Zayn to prove himself. Much the same as I was on about Deville and even Ohno here tonight. The idea of proving yourself coming out of the pay-per-view. Because of course there is one very important event coming up after this pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble. Victory, of course, will be crucial heading into that event. There is no denying it at all. It is very important that you get the win at the Rumble, of course, because you go on to main event, the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. We will see how that one will go. No doubt about it. But as for now, we are due to see Goto and Zayn in the main event of Monday Night Raw here. We've heard Bobby Roode's choice words towards Goto, wishing him luck, but saying that he's going to be walking out of that evening as the United States Champion. Whether or not that is going to happen, we wait to find out. Personally, I'm on Goto's side. I believe Goto is going to be the one to walk out with that US title. Roode has definitely been improving, but I absolutely don't think he's on the level where he's going to be walking out with that US title. I think Roode still is some ways away from the level that Goto is on when it comes to that title. when it comes to him having an opportunity for that belt that will result in victory. I think Goto, he hunted for this belt for so long, persevered injury, finally overcame Lars Sullivan, and then to lose the title right away would almost be like, I think it would hurt Goto more so than anything. Will that happen at Armageddon? I'm of the mentality of no, but, there might be some people who think that an upset, quote-unquote, could be in the cards for Roode. Tough to call it an upset, I guess, but Goto has been on a much higher level than Roode for a little bit now, it does have to be said. Nevertheless, here we go between these two. Great main event on its way, there's absolutely no denying it. And so, of course, we shall get into it. Sami Zayn, Hirooki Goto. Here we go. Goto taking on another former world champion in Sami Zayn, former WWE champion. Zayn never got to make a title defense, was taken out with injury before even, just before his first match as champion. His first title match as champion, rather, should I say. So, it's a sad time for Sami Zayn in terms of that title record, but that is how it goes, and I don't think actually Zayn has held a title since then. It was over 2 years ago. Over 2 years since Zayn held a title in this universe. Is that really the case? He's had opportunities at the Intercontinental title and the WWE title. Yeah, it is. It's been over 2 years since Zayn held a title in this universe. That's weird to think of. Break of the eyes there, though, by Sami Zayn. And that idea, that reality that it's been so long since he held a title in this universe could be the driving factor that could lead him to victory here. And a shot at the title coming out of Armageddon, maybe. Great tilt-to-world backbreaker on Goto. Showing his strength there is the underdog. And Zayn all of a sudden firing off here on Goto. This is, of course, an opponent, though, that in many ways is not the one that Goto needs to be focused on. Let's be honest, Sami Zayn is not exactly the kind of wrestler that Bobby Roode is in terms of the completely different wrestling style. Reliant on his speed is... oh, wait a minute. Suplex there by Goto. I thought Shelton Kai was on his way for a moment. Anyway, what was I about to say? Oh, yeah. Roode and Zayn are different wrestlers. Roode very grappling, slow, kind of like Randy Orton in many ways. Zayn fast-paced, all over the place, really. Tough to keep pinned down and so resilient as well. The heart of Sami Zayn, and Goto's going to find that out in this match, I believe. The heart of Zayn is something that just cannot be broken in one quick go. Ask Brock Lesnar that question. He has experienced it firsthand. Big kicks in the back right now, though, by Goto. He is controlling the contest right now. He is dictating this match as he pleases, keeping Zayn on the mat, stopping that outburst of offense that Zayn is known for. And that is a great idea from Goto. That is where he can excel. But Zayn able to get him right place, right time there and hit that chop. Can't capitalize on it, though. Goto with another counter. Looking for a slam, maybe. Zayn in with a good counter there as well. What a chop in the chest. But do you see that? All the force that Zayn put into that chop, and Goto was just like, okay. It's like he didn't feel it. Zayn, oh, Goto will feel this. Blue Thunder Bomb for victory over the US champ. No, kick out of 2 by Goto. Wow, that was a huge chance for Zayn. There's no doubt about it. And Zayn's starting to get a little bit more fired up right now. The former world champ starting to fire off on the current US champ. Up on the top rope goes Zayn. Hit big. Big splash. Covers Goto for victory over him. Will it happen here? No. Zayn, there's a part of him that felt like he had that match won right there, but it was not the case. Goto stopping him. And Goto fighting back as well. Big double elbows gets him out of that one. Zayn dazed. Following it, and in position is Goto to strike. Hiroshi to Zayn. And Goto may only need one, but he's going into the cover first. Following Hiroshi, but he cannot put away Zayn, kicking out at 1, and there's the heart of Sami Zayn shining through. But will he be able to stop this? Will he be able to stop what could be the fate of Bobby Roode this Sunday? Yes, he does! Zayn counters it. Zayn counters the GTR, and it's a dragon suplex on Goto for the victory. No! Oh, man. Man alive, what a contest this is turning itself into now. Both guys slugging it out for victory, going after one another with everything they've got. Goto trying to keep, I think Goto going back to what worked in this match. Pinning Zayn down and stopping him from fighting out of things. Going after that leg as well. He's targeted a few times. And now with a single leg Boston Crab, he might try and make Zayn tap out here. Will that become a reality? The heart of Sami Zayn says no. Sami Zayn forcing Goto now into the turnbuckle. Helluva kick! Helluva kick! Look at that kick from Zayn. Straight in the face of Goto. Cover made. Leg hooked. 1, 2. Oh. Oh my sweet goodness. Goto kicks at it too. And Zayn was almost heartbroken in that moment. Zayn doing everything for the victory. Koji clutch now. Koji clutch applied on the US champ. Is it victory for Goto? Is it victory for Zayn, sorry, over Goto? Goto trying to fight his way out of this one. Will he be able to escape it? God, the longer he spends in this hold, the closer he's going to be to tapping out. But he finally gets out of it. And what an elbow. What an almighty elbow to escape it as well, but this fight still ain't done. Can as the chop attempt. Goto in now. Oh, reverse GTR. Reverse GTR from Goto. Bobby Roode's got to be watching this one and realizing just how tough it's going to be to put away Hirooki Goto. Goto's learned how tough it is to put Zayn away. Hiroshi again. Into the cover. And Zayn kicks out right away. How? How does he do that? I have no idea. Zayn fighting until his last breath. But Goto will take it out of him. GTR! Goto Revolution. Cover on Zayn. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn in the end has to fall to Goto. But an almighty match that was. And a great win for Goto heading into Armageddon. Roode must have paid close attention to that one, because that is what it's going to have to take, and then some, to beat him. Does he have it in him? Does Roode have it in him to pull off something like that? The honest truth in my eyes is no. Goto, your winner though, in a fabulous main event and an incredible performance by both men. Goto had to do everything for victory, and Zayn had to do everything to try and put away Goto, and even that wasn't enough. Great contest there from both men, and it really sets the stage for Armageddon. What a night it is going to be. And I talked about at the top of the evening how there was something I wanted to talk about, but I had to wait until the end of the evening for, well, here it is. To close out the show, we are going to be hearing from the World Heavyweight Champion Sting. He stared face to face with his opponent at Armageddon in Hiroshi Tanahashi last week. Now, what is on the Stinger's mind as he prepares for that matchup this Sunday? What is going through the mind of the world champion when he gets ready to fight the undefeated ace? We will find out in just a moment. The world champ up next. And there he is in the ring, just days before Armageddon. What is going through the mind of the Stinger in this moment right now? Last week, of course, he beat Lars Sullivan in a great main event, but Sting is not focused on that. Actually, he's starting things off, speaking, of course, for the first time since Survivor Series, saying that the fall to Brock Lesnar happened, but he is back, and he's better than ever, and he's ready to take on Hiroshi Tanahashi. He is ready to fight the ace at Armageddon, and Sting, almost in a kind of assertive talk, saying that he will end that streak of Tanahashi. I think this is a very focused and determined Sting that we're paying attention to already. He's saying that much the same as Roode kind of earlier, don't take that as a word of a bad person. He will do it with all the sportsmanship and respect that he has for Tanahashi when he beats him. He just wants to prove that he is the greatest champion that Monday Night Raw could ask for. Not someone like Marty Scurll was, which is very fair in its own right. And look at this now from Sting, saying that he has respect for Tanahashi like no other. But in the moment, he wants to go back to how Raw ended last week. He wants to look his challenger face to face and stare him down one more time before Armageddon. And Tanahashi will accept it. The ace is on his way towards the ring. We saw it last week and it was a sight to behold when they stared each other down then. And we get it once more here tonight, because here comes the ace towards the ring with a lot more fire as we prepare for an almighty stare down between these two one more time. And would you look at it as well, Tanahashi and Sting face to face with one another, locking eyes, not letting the other have the advantage. Tanahashi answering Sting's call but leaving the ring early. There is plenty to play for this Sunday. That world title between Vigilante and Ace.